Good evening. Coming up tonight.
Vice President Kamala Harris visited Columbia today to talk internet access for all.
Plus, we've got the latest on the Murdaugh murder trial.
And later, our baseball team had a great sweep against Penn State this past weekend.
But first, Nicole Smith is in the studio here with us now. Nicole, what weather can we expect to see this weekend?
We can be expecting to see some warmer weather coming up. I'll have the weather for this week and more for you tonight on SGTV, Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Tyler Perrone.
And I'm Caroline Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Vice President Kamala Harris made a visit to Columbia Day to talk about, quote, internet for all, unquote. During her speech at Benedict College, Harris brought up how important it was for Americans to have access to the internet.
Harris highlighted several stories from students who have to sit in restaurant parking lots to get school assignments done. As a part of Harris's plan to bring more widespread internet access to the nation, Harris announced a near $3 million investment into both Claflin University and Benedict College, respectively. The most recent update from the Alec Murdaugh trial reveals Tim Palmback, a defense expert in the trial, testified Monday that he thinks two different shooters killed Murdaugh's wife and son. On the crime scene, it was clear that two different guns were used to kill the two victims. The
two-shooter theory is defended by the victim's cell phone usage, as it's clear that they both stopped using their cell phones within seconds of each other. The state of the victims' bodies at the scene also points to two separate shooters being likely.
The failure to properly collect crime scene evidence and the fact that neither weapon has been found are major factors for the defense. The next stage of investigation is the jurors seeing the crime scene in person. This trial has now gone on for 5 weeks.
Today, the White House announced that former South Carolina Mayor Steve Benjamin took a job with the Biden administration. His position will be to serve as Biden's senior advisor and director of the Office of Public Engagement.
Benjamin said that in this position he will, quote, ensure community leaders, diverse perspectives, and new voices have the opportunity to inform the work of the president in an inclusive, transparent, and responsible way, end quote.
Benjamin served as the mayor of Columbia from 2010 to 2021, marking himself as the city's first black mayor, while also serving as the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. His appointment will serve the Biden administration's goal of diversifying their perspectives, with President Biden remarking, quote, Steve's deep relationships with communities across the country will serve our administration and the American public well, end quote.
SGTV's partner organization, the Daily Gamecock newspaper, just published their newest print edition, Redefining Normal. This edition focuses on mental health across the Carolina community. This edition features chapters such as growing support, seeing the signs, finding outlets, and gaining perspective.
Within these sections, readers can explore topics of campus resources available to students. USC does have a number of resources available to its students, including mental health services. These services are mostly free for students because they are covered by the student health fee included in tuition.
Another USC resource discussed in the edition is the Student Disability Resource Center, as well as how to apply for accommodations. Redefining Normal features many more articles by DG's writers, including articles about seasonal affective disorder, the Freshman 15, and even therapy dogs on campus. You can pick up a print copy from any of Daily Gamecock's newsstands across campus, or you can view the entire edition online at dailygamecock.com. Now, I will say, I picked up a print copy from newsstand across campus. It is stunning.
Yeah, it is, and I actually read the editor-in-chief, Sydney Dunlap's opinion piece. It was fantastic. Such good insight about experienced college students. I'd say if you're a freshman, or even if you're a little bit confused about college life in general, most definitely pick it up or read it online.
Absolutely. Coming up after the break, the latest in Gamecock sports. Stay close. SGTV News 4 sports reporter Spencer Ball has the scoop. What have you got for us?
Gamecock baseball moves to 8-0 after another weekend sweep, this time against the Penn Quakers. I was at Founders Park on Friday, and here are some highlights from the series opener.
The
Gamecock bats remained hot as they exploded to a 5-0 lead after a big second inning. Ethan Petrie hit a towering 3-run homer to left, and later in the inning, Caleb Denny followed that up with a single that drove in 2 more runs. Denny had a phenomenal day as he went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, and he extended his team-leading RBI count to 17. Even though the offense cooled down a bit, starting pitcher Will Sanders had a very solid outing, going 5 innings, recording 6 strikeouts, and not allowing a run. However, the Quakers would cut the score to 6-4 in the 7th inning after a 2-run home run by Ben Miller. It was Cole Messina, one of the Gamecocks' best sluggers, who hit a monstrous 403-foot solo shot in the 8th inning to put the game out of reach. After their big offensive outing on Friday, the Gamecocks would be locked into a pitcher's duel on Saturday. Noah Hall would throw a masterclass performance from the mound, going 8 strong innings and recording a career-high 12 strikeouts. Matthew Becker would relieve him in the 9th inning, recording his first save of the season after retiring all 3 batters he faced. Sunday's game would see the Gamecocks trail the Quakers going into the 8th inning. However, back-to-back home runs by Gavin Casas and Will McGillis would give the Gamecocks a 6-5 lead going into the 9th. Pitcher Chris Veach would shut down the Quakers in the 9th inning, allowing the Gamecocks to break out the brooms for their 2nd series sweep in a row. Gamecock women's basketball capped off their regular season with a 73-63 victory over the Georgia Bulldogs to remain a perfect 29-0 on the year. However, it was an emotional game yesterday in a sold-out Colonial Life Arena. Happy tears were flowing and cheers rang out as some of the most impactful Gamecock women's basketball players in program history would play their last home game. Aaliyah Boston will go down as one of the greatest Gamecock athletes of all time as she captained this historic 2019 recruiting class to new heights. Over the last 4 years, they have a combined 122-8 record and brought home the 2nd national championship in school history. These seniors have helped cement South Carolina as a powerhouse women's basketball team, and they'll have a chance to add 2 more trophies to their stacked resume with the SEC and the NCAA tournaments right around the corner. They'll see action on March 3rd at noon in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament in Greenville. And stay tuned to SGTV for coverage of those events.
Thanks, Spencer. Coming up after the break, News 4 entertainment reporter Olivia Sperbeck will lay down the talk of the town. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Joining me now is entertainment reporter Olivia Sperbeck to fill us in on what's happening in Columbia this weekend. What do you have for us, Olivia?
Businesses in downtown Columbia are participating in First Thursday on Main this Thursday, March 2nd. On the first Thursday of each month, the City of Columbia sponsors this event where downtown businesses stay open and offer an array of specials, events, entertainment, including food, drinks, and art. Participating businesses are located between the 1200 block, including the Whig Hall, and the 1700 block, including Gallery at City Hall. Each business will open or remain open until 10 p.m. and admission to this event is free. Complimentary shuttle services along Main Street as well as to and from the Vista will be provided by the City Center Partnership's Yellow Shirts. These shuttle services will run until 11 p.m.
Well, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a fantastic, wonderful time. I love to see anything that brings life to our wonderful city of Columbia.
I agree. I love Soda City, and this sounds like very reminiscent of that, so I can't wait to check it out.
Absolutely. More fun on Main Street.
The Craftsman Spring Classic Art and Craft Festival is coming to Columbia this weekend. Presented by Gilmore Shows, the festival features a showcase of original artwork and designs from artists across the country, as well as demonstrations of the creative process by the exhibitors. The artwork featured in the festival includes a large variety of styles ranging from traditional to contemporary, and a large price range for buyers. The festival will be held this Friday, March 3rd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, March 4th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, March 5th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets for adults are $8 and free return tickets will be granted upon request.
I've heard about this festival before, and it really intrigues me. I love seeing what kind of art and crafts that people come up with on their own. It's wonderful.
Me too. I can't wait to check it out.
Absolutely.
That's all your entertainment news for tonight. Coming up after the break, Nicole Smith will let you know if this warm weather sticks around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nicole Smith. Here's your look at tonight's forecast. Tonight's temperatures are hitting 59 degrees with those winds going 15 miles per hour and that humidity at 69%. Now, I hope you got to catch that sunset as it hit us tonight at 6:55 p.m. Now let's take a look at what this week is going to look like as a whole. As you can see, we're hitting those 80s throughout the week, except for those strays on Monday and Saturday with 76 degrees and on Saturday with 71. And as we move into the afternoon, we're going to have those low 40s to those mid 60s with the highest here on Wednesday at 65. As you can see, we're going to have some sunshine here on Tuesday, and the rest of the week we're going to have some sunshine accompanied with some clouds, except for here on Thursday and Friday, as we will have rain. To end this on a more positive note, as you can see, like I said earlier, we are going to have sunshine here on Tuesday, here tomorrow throughout the day, starting with 69 as our temperatures here in the morning and moving to 67 in the evening, with that spike in temperatures to 75 here in the afternoon. That's all I have for tonight. After the break, you'll have tonight's edition of Carolina Canines. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
And finally, tonight's Carolina Canine features Booth.
Booth is 9 months old and acts like the coolest pup around. He's a very good boy that behaves well on the leash, in the car, and probably in the right home with the proper guidance.
If you're interested in adopting Booth, he's currently up for adoption out of Columbia Animal Services. Check out their website at animalservices.columbiasc.gov. I love to see us promoting adoptable puppies.
Me too. I mean, that picture of Booth with his tongue out, absolutely adorable. If I did not live in a dorm room, he'd be in there with me.
I have got to agree with you, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Caroline Smith.
And I'm Tyler Perrone. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to be.